Okay, so back to good old the cylinder head removal. So we did all of this, and then we had, removed the camshaft sprocket. See the camshaft sprocket removal? That's when we went back and we took the camshaft off, and now we can remove the head. So so it says to remove the 2 A bolts that are actually inside the head, and then there's 4 8mm bolts. Those are the B bolts, and it says the front of the engine is this way. So yeah, so the front is like that. These are your 6mm bolts right here, and these are your 8mm bolts right here. Now, if the no for some reason nowhere in the book does it say to take the this mounting bolt off, the one that mounts it to the frame. I'm pretty sure that you've got to take that out, or else the cylinder ain't gonna come out. Yeah, so I'm gonna go first. We're gonna go take this out, and there's some dirt here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a rag and cover the hole here, and then we'll take these bolts out. It looks like a 2 10s and like a 14, I think. Also, very important, put this away somewhere safe. It was just lying around on the rag, so just put it in the place where I have all the cam stuff. All right, so let's go remove these first. So I got my rag, dirty underwear here, and we're gonna go bolt these. I actually loosened it, and I saw some dirt come out. Oh, I forgot to put the rag in. So put the rag over that. See, I see dirt coming out already. These 2 out. We'll just loosen them first. The 14mm here. Oh, the other side is moving. Okay, that's kind of annoying. All right, let me get another 14. Okay, I got a 14mm T-handle. I'm gonna put that on the other side. There's another side on the wall. I'll show you where it is when I get to it. When we get to the other side. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting setup. So, it's okay. It's an extremely long bolt, is what it is. So I've already taken it apart. So you just so on the other side there's a nut, and then on this side it's a very long bolt. Goes to the other side. All right, and yeah, so that's got to come out. Now we'll go take the other part out. So the bracket is actually right here. The bracket is this really right here. Okay, so we're here on the other side. We're going to remove that bracket so it doesn't get in the way. I've got a little sensor wire here. I got to remember to put that back, but this side we don't have to worry about any dirt getting in the engine because there's nothing open here. So okay, I'm going to make sure I hold this because it's probably going to fall down once I take this out. Okay. The bolt. Got the bracket. Good to go. All right. There it is. Okay, so just put it back together how you found it, so you don't dork it up. That pretty interesting. I never knew this was like that. Thought it was like bolted on both sides. Okay, put the locking nut back. But these nuts look like they're These bolts look like they're interchangeable here, so just put them all together. Okay, so I've removed the dirty underwear, and we'll let the fun begin. So now it's time to take out the cylinder head. So first I'm going to take the A bolts out, then we'll take the B bolts out. Or, it's a good question, I don't know. So I think whenever you're supposed to remove, I don't remember, They didn't give you a sequence or anything. Okay, so in the book, they didn't really mention a sequence, but the first one they tell you to take out is the A-bolts. So we're going to take the A-bolts out first. These are those 10 millimeters. Do not lose it in the engine. It looks like you could lose it pretty easily. And what I'm going to use for that is a T-handle. Maybe that'll work. Hopefully it's long enough. There's not a whole lot of room to work with. Okay, there we go. So these are the two A-bolts right here. I don't think it matters which one. I hit the harness and some dirt fell down into there already. Not cool. Okay, they're two 10 mils. Okay, a bunch of dirt just dropped into there. It's not cool. Okay, let's go loosen the other one. Cam chain is in the way. Okay. This might be a bitch to torque later, man. Okay. Can't exactly spin this one because there's no room. Okay, so this one I can't. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to get an extension. Okay, so I think this will do the trick right here. Still throwing more dirt into the engine. Okay, that makes it a little bit easier. Just do not drop the bolt into the engine. So I'm going to feel for it. I guess you can't. The bolt is pretty big, actually. Anyway, just this one we can use. Oh, I'm getting more dirt in there. I like them apples. I thought it was just like an itty bitty little bolt. It's not. It's actually a really long one. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's one of the A-bolts. Very long. Okay. And then I'm going to take out the B-bolt. The A-bolt. That cam chain, dude, what a bitch. It's in the way of everything. Okay. Okay. Get the bolt out. There it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is label. I'm going to label the head with like an E because it's on the exhaust side. Okay, there they are. I labeled one E and one I. There's only two of them, so there's no way you can get them mixed up. Alright. I'm going to put them in the plastic bag so they don't get dirty. Okay, so before we take the cylinder head out, or before we take the B-bolts out, I labeled the tops of the bolts 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I don't know if it needs to go back in a certain way, but that's the way I did it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I just got to remember that's the sequence. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and so I'll probably take a picture of it before I unbolt it, so I don't forget. Old Merlin. Okay, so we're gonna go loosen these B-bolts up. I think they're 14s. 14? Yeah, no, they're 12s. Okay. I think. We'll see if we can do it this way. So I don't really know what order to do it. So let's do 1 and 3 first, I guess, and then 2 and 4, or 1 and 4, and then 2 and 3. I don't know. I don't really know how to take it out, but it doesn't tell you. It doesn't specify in the manual. So okay, We'll just loosen them one at a time, slowly. I'm using large Mr. Breaker bar here, making it oh so easy. And then we'll just keep on rotating, crisscross. Okay, I know my hand's like in the way, you can't see much, but okay. I don't know if I should have taken the intake manifold off. It's still on there, by the way. Oops. Okay. Okay, now they're all pretty loose. I can probably do it by hand maybe. This guy, I don't know, I don't know if there's room. Okay, so I'm gonna go put it in this plastic bag here so they don't get dirty. They might have some oil all over it. Not really, but just keep it clean. It fits perfectly in this bag. Don't forget that there is a washer that accompanies it. I don't think it's so critical that... Oh wow, let's get some kind of grease all over it. Okay, that's that molybdenum grease. Only one of them had it though. So I read in the manual, when you put this back together, you got to have this molybdenum grease on there. So it's already on there, so if you don't wipe it off, you don't, you know, maybe you just put a little dab on, you know. So don't get it dirty. There's that molybdenum grease, so you're gonna have to put that grease back there. Okay. It's called a Molly Lube or something. Okay. There are long bolts in the bag. These are the B bolts. And now we can take the head off. Take this out before I'm going to go eat dinner. All right, so it says in the book. Actually, let's go back. Okay, now it says remove cylinder head A. So there, A. If necessary, tap lightly with plastic hammer as shown. All right, so we're going to do it. I got my plastic hammer ready to go. So I'm going to kind of tell you what's going to happen here. We're going to take the head off. And we got to make sure we don't drop the chain in there. The chain will not drop in there because I have it tethered to the bike right now. But at some point we're gonna have to untether it and get it, you know, thing. All right, so I'm gonna tap it. Okay, there we go. Saw it go loose. I'm gonna pull up on the intake manifold here. Tap it on the other side. Okay. Try to lift it off now. Okay, I see the cylinder wanting to come off too with it. Okay, there we go. It's free. I saw the chain try to drop in there. Naughty boy. Right. Okay, so what I want to do is make sure the chain doesn't fall out when we untether it. Ta-da! Okay, sorry guys, man. When I was pulling the cylinder head off, the battery for the camera freaking died, dude. So yeah. But there it is. I got it off. So I'm just gonna. We'll go take a look at the head in a minute. But so what I had to do. So what we did is I'll go over what we did. We tapped it with the hammer. Tap it with the hammer on each side, and then it comes out. And then it kind of got hung up. Yeah, it got hung up on this the gasket. The gasket didn't want to come out with it. It gets kind of stuck on this little tube here. What is this? It's a little tube. Yeah, so there it is. There's a cylinder. So I didn't really have to worry about the chain dropping in there because like you've got like a good chunk of it out there. So what I did is I lifted it up and it kind of got tangled on this gasket here, the head gasket. And then what else happened? Yeah, and then we had to get the chain through the hole. So, and at some point the chain kind of just flopped to the side of the cylinder, like whoop, like that. So I didn't really have to worry about it at all, falling down. And then I just like dropped it down there. There's no way that's gonna fall on the engine like that. So, okay, so that's the cylinder head right there. So cylinder head is out. Next thing to do is to take the cylinder out. So I think the cylinder just comes out. I'm not sure. Okay. I saw lying on that piece of dirty underwear is my head. The cylinder head. So there it is. Oh yeah, okay. Also, I didn't mention I took it out that way. I tried to take it out this way, but it was getting hung up on the chain guide, so I picked it up a little bit, angled it that way, and I took it out on the other side. So there's there is kind of a little more space to work with on the other side. A little bit. But the chain guide doesn't get in the way. But you got to get it to clear all of this stuff. That's the cylinder head right there. There's no oil coming out of it. If I tilt it to the left where the opening is, it probably will leak oil. But there it is. You probably want to clean up that combustion chamber. Wow, there's a lot of crap in there, dude. Yeah. Still pretty clean, though. So just try to keep the surfaces clean. There is a dowel pin right there. Dowel right there. Don't lose that. Yeah. That's it. Let me go find something to put that in. Put that someplace safe. That's what I want to say. It's not too heavy, you know, like you saw I picked it up with one hand. It's not heavy at all. So okay, so now we're gonna go take the cylinder out. And I want to have dinner. I think I might call it a night too, so